So let's start now. Yeah, first of all, we would like to apologize due to the technical glitches. And welcome to the today's brainstorming sessions. So, hi everyone, please respond.
Hi,
Hello.
hi, hi.
Hi everybody.
Yeah, hi little. Okay, let's not waste the time and let's begin today's brainstorming session. Yeah, as you all know, the aim is to achieve knowledge and confidence without any barriers and enhance the strength within oneself. So you all know that today we are conducting basics of Excel demo. You all know that Excel is an integral part of our academics and even in business too, and in scientific field and wherever you go, there is Excel. Yeah, if you take a simple job like data entry operator job in Bangalore one, that is Bangalore one centers are there in every areas, in every localities. If you find people there, they are working in Excel. And at the same time, if you go to any multinational companies like Accenture and other like Infosys, even they are using this powerful application that is Excel. So today, just I'm going to touch the basics of Excel. So basically, this is the Excel interface. I hope you can see this. Okay. So let me start to introduce the various components or various options of the Excel, because in schools I know the students who are from ICSE or CBSE background are well versed with Excel. At the same time, some of the students are there who are struggling to grasp a single knowledge of Excel. So this session is especially for them, and I'm not a very good at Excel, yeah, because I know something, yeah, and I want to share with you. That's it. So that's the reason why I'm conducting today's session. So let me not waste the time and get into it. So basically, when you open the Excel sheet, you find this like this one. Please point the this pointer. Okay, try to observe it. So this is ribbon bar. It is actually called as ribbon bar. So in like in your study table, there will be various racks or shelves, right? Where you store the book, where you store the laptop. In the same way, Excel has provided this ribbon bar. There is a home button and inserting, page layout, formulas, data, review, view, help, etc. Okay. So many a times you only use home. The reason behind it is in home tab, you find this thing. Okay. So like, for example, I type here as brainstorming. Okay. So if you want to change the wordings here, wordings format, you can just go to this bar. So you get plenty of options. Okay. These are the various formats, writing formats, or the print formats of the alphabets. For example, I take Arial blue. The word format will get changed. So that's the basic thing which we should know. And coming to the next foremost important thing, you can observe here this green color border around this cell. So this is called as active cell. Means you can do various operations in this active cell. For example, you can type numericals. So this is called as active cell. And next, in the ribbon bar, this is bold. Yeah, this is common. These options are common in both Word, present PPT, PowerPoint, and in Excel. So why we call this as a home means whichever the thing which we need are arranged in an order in this ribbon bar. So that's the beauty of this ribbon bar. It's basically a toolkit. You find each and everything. So today we only touch home and insert. Only those two we are going to touch today. So in insert we have table contents like picture. You can insert picture to make your Excel sheet very beautiful. Okay. Then we can insert graph sheets. Graph sheet in the sense not a manual one. It's a Excel thing. And you can do various other things. You can insert symbols. Okay. So these are the different symbols. And is, and even you can insert equations. See, difficult equations which we cannot write in or which we cannot type in Word, we can easily type this in Excel. Okay. Then coming to page layout. So I don't want to touch about page layout and formulas today because it's just a basic. I'm giving the introduction, like how this Excel works. Okay. So we'll concentrate only on home and Excel. Now, for example, let me start from the scratch. If you want to enter some serial numbers, okay, say from 1 to 20, 1, 2. So if you keep on entering like this, 1, 2, 3, 4, you waste a lot of time. So the developers have understood this problem and find out a solution for that. There is nothing but when you come closer to this end, I hope you can see this. Just click it and drag. Okay. 3 is showing. Yeah, don't be surprised. Here, there is a small dialog box, right? Just you click it on. Then you will find various options like copy cells, fill series, fill formatting only, fill without formatting, and flash fill. Now, you want the series, right? Because it's the serial number. So just you click it, fill series. You got the numbers. Work is simple. Okay. Again, if you want to type some more numbers, carefully place the cursor at the bottom right. You'll find this plus mark. Then drag it. Press this box. You will find fill series. Click it. Finish. The game is over. Now, I would like to show you another thing. Date. Okay. Think I need to enter dates from 1 September 2000. Right? You need to enter the dates from 1 to 20. That is from 1st September 2000 to got it? So same thing if you keep on typing. So what should we do now? Can anyone tell me? I hope you all know this concept. Can anyone? Volunteers. If it's right or wrong, please come up.
Jagdish, can you tell it once again? I did listen.
Which one? Which one? Which one?
Date one.
Yeah, I'm asking you people.
Voice ಕಟ್ ಆಯ್ತು ಅದಕ್ಕೆ. ಅಲ್ಲ ಕಟ್ ಆಯ್ತು ನಿಮ್ಮ ವಾಯ್ಸ್ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಕೇಳಿಸ್ತಿಲ್ಲ.
Nothing. It's not a problem. I understand. See, as we did for serial numbers, in the same way we can do it for dates. Say, for example, you need to enter the dates from 1st September 2000 to 20th September 2000. Means you need to enter the dates from 1 to 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. Okay. If you keep on typing it, you'll waste a lot of time. As we did for serial numbers, we can do the same operation for date. But how? Can anyone tell it? That's my question.
Same as the serial number.
The same
You
way,
should,
yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
someone was speaking.
Saujan
yeah,
was
the same
speaking.
way,
Yeah.
same
Yes,
as serial
Saujan,
number. You
you are
should
right.
same as serial number. You
You are
should
right.
just drag it.
Yeah. Yeah. Observe the cursor. The plus mark will appear. Then click it, drag it, finish. That's the beauty of Excel. This is the reason why business establishments and other people use this Excel tool. There is another tool called as Power BI, which is as the name suggests, it's more powerful than Excel. Okay, many of them, yeah, you if you take some researchers, they'll use this Excel for data analytics, and we engineers also use this Excel for calculating the loan amortization schedule in a subject called as engineering economics. Yeah, this application of this Excel is very vast. Now I would like to show you another thing. Now we will move to the shortcuts. Yeah, for example, 45, 56.
Jagdish,
50.
sorry for the interruption. Uh, Basically, electronic students also use this in their fourth sem subject called electronic engineering statistics subject.
Yeah, that's what I mentioned. It's application
Yeah, yeah,
vast.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, so yeah, I told like that.
yeah, no problem. You should share your view. That's it. So you have entered some random numbers. Okay, now you need to calculate this, or you need to take the sum of these numbers. Two to three methods. First method is you need to have is equal to sign before writing the formula. Then click on the particular cell which you need to calculate, that is 45. Okay, then press Control key, 56, 53. Okay, make this addition sign. Okay,
Sorry for the interruption. Actually, can you repeat it? I didn't understand it again.
which one?
The addition thing. You please
Yeah,
tell me from after random arrangement of numbers.
yeah. It's just an example. For example,
Okay.
you have 20, 30, and 40, right? So to solve, if someone asks, please can you tell the sum of these four numbers using Excel? So what we should do is to solve this calculation, we have 2 to 3 methods. First method is constructing the formula. To construct the formula, basically we need to enter is equal to sign. Okay. Then the cell which we need to calculate. This is one cell, okay, which we have 10. In the keyboard, first you enter, select the first cell. Then when you
First,
want,
should we place the cursor on the 10th cell, on the active cell, and we should have to do the drag thing, or just
control
click
and
it
selecting.
on.
Yeah.
Okay, and
I
select.
hope you understood.
Then keeping
Then
the cursor there only.
yeah, still the work is not completed. There will be this sign, okay, is to ratio sign. We need to change that,
Okay.
or just place some.
No. How did R19 come there?
R19, because I forgot to tell that. So these are the columns.
Okay, row R and 19th column. Okay.
Yeah, and these are the rows. The number which you are seeing is R19, means row, rth row, rth column and 19th row. Starting from this rth column and 22nd row.
Okay.
Then you need to place the brackets. Okay. Then type as sum. These are the functions which are readily available in Excel. You just click on it and enter. Finish. Job completed. Similarly, we can do this to subtract and do multiplication, division, and let me show you that. Right. Yeah, formulas you can see here. For financial calculation, for logical, for and date and time calculation, and even trigonometry also you can solve using Excel. So let's move on to solve a problem in Excel. Yeah. This problem is all ready. Just we need to calculate the things. Now I would like to give an example. Think you are running a warehouse. I hope you know the warehouse. Warehouse is nothing but a godown where you store the things. Now start to imagine, okay, you are a head of some godown or warehouse, and you are marketing some products or selling some products like product A, B, and C on daily basis, starting from 1st January to, I hope you can view this, from 1st January to 20th January. Yeah, the demand for product A, B, and C on the 1st of January is this much, and respectively for other dates. Did you get this?
Yes.
I am hearing just one response, and 6 to 7 people are on board. Please, others.
Yes, Jagdish.
Okay. So we need to find total demand, because as you being the manager or in charge of the godown or warehouse, you need to calculate, right? You need to have a figure of how many products are needed, how many products should I ship. All these things you need to know. So you need to calculate the total demand of all the 3 products, product A, product B, and product C. And you need to take the average of all the products, that is product A, product B, and product C, for all the particular days, and total demand for each day, starting from 1st January to 20th January. And then you also need to calculate the maximum demand. When is that maximum demand? So we shall solve this one by one. First, let us solve total demand. So I would like to show a simple trick where we are not going to use any formula, but we'll calculate the sum, that is total demand. I hope you can notice this auto sum, right? So to use that auto sum, place the active cell where you want the sum. So I want total demand. I am placing this active cell just below the total demand heading to get the total demand of product A, B, and C for 1st January. In the sense, automatically it takes the values. So where the it actually finds for the numericals where it is located, and it will cover all those things. So just we need to press enter key in the keyboard. We'll get the sum of 3 products. That is product A and product.
What did you press for the sum?
For sum, yeah, I'll show it once again. So if you want to clear this thing,
there is a connection lag.
Yeah, I can understand.
It's all coming.
Yeah, because I'm using mobile data. That's the reason.
It's okay.
Yeah, to clear these things which you did recently, you can undo it by pressing Control Z in the keyboard. Now I'm going to show auto sum again. So if you want to calculate the sum of 3, like any possible numbers, without any formula, you can use this auto sum, which is located in Home tab. To the right side of Home tab, you find this auto sum. Okay. First, take the active cell here where you need to calculate
Show
the sum.
the cursor. Where is
Auto sum.
auto sum?
Can you see this?
Where? Not
Try to
able to
zoom
locate
the
the
screen,
cursor.
okay, so that you can see.
Yeah, I'm zooming it.
Top right.
This one.
Top right corner.
Top right corner.
After format.
Right.
Fill. Above fill.
Format.
Fill clear.
Fill clear or just below the close tab.
Yeah.
Just below the close tab. I saw.
First you will find share, then auto sum.
Okay.
Okay. Were you able to find that?
Yes. Now I can see the cursor.
Yeah. Just you need to click.
Okay. I got it.
Ready formula. That is automatic formula. Sum from G6. Okay. Jth column, 6th row. Sorry, Gth column, 6th row, and ith column, 6th row. So it's computing the results from these two cells, which is denoted by these two symbol. Then press enter in the keyboard. Okay. So we are running out of time. Will you all join to the same link?
Yeah, sure, Jagdish. Yeah.
Okay.
You can leave and rejoin again. Rejoin. Okay. Same auto sum. Now you may think why this man is taking back to the auto sum. So please don't worry, I'll tell. Yeah, you can find a small arrow mark here. Click it. Okay. Average. Yeah. You can automatically calculate even average. Click it. Automatically takes the numerical values. Yeah, it is programmed to take the numerical values in any cells when you apply this function, that is average function. So from starting from 1st January to 28th January, it is already taken the values. Now you need to just click enter. Yeah. Now, in the same manner, we need to calculate the average for product B and product C. Okay. So we can utilize the drag function. You find this array, black color plus mark, drag it. Finished. Now you can check whether this answer is correct or not by clicking on this cell. That is 47.1 is the average value of product B. Select the 47.1 and observe this formula bar. I hope you can see this just below the ribbon bar. This is the formula bar. See, it has taken the values automatically. So then no need to check for product C. You can just have a look. Then it's not necessary to calculate the average value for total demand. And if you want also, you can just drag and get the average of total demand. Then you may ask me a question. Products are whole number, but we are getting in decimals. So what's the problem, you may ask me? So it's no need
the average, like total number of sum of everything divided by number of the dates, correct?
Yeah, number of products.
We'll get in the point answer.
Yeah. Basically these numbers, because we don't get a even number or odd number. This is the variable data, because the product's demand keeps on changing every date, because think if we have 12 to 15 orders or demands today, it's not the case tomorrow. It's going to vary. So this is called as variable data, which I am presenting today is the variable data. So if you want the accurate answer, what you want to do is in the home tab, just below the general, you find this, okay, decrease decimal. So just have a click on it. It will get round off, okay, to 49. I hope you got this point. Similarly, do it for product B average. Just click it. It will get round off to 47. And even do the same for total demand, 149. Then we'll take the maximum of product A. Go to AutoSum, click maximum. Now you need to notice that it is taking even the average thing. You should not do that. If you take the average value, it will be a wrong answer. So click and drag again from 1st January to 28th Jan. Okay, then press enter. You'll get the maximum value of product A starting from 1 to 20th, that is 89, which is the highest demand of product A. Then drag to other particulars, you'll get the answer. Let me make this bold. Yeah, and even this bold. Now you want to obtain the minimum demand of product A. So again, go to AutoSum, minimum. Now please notice, be careful while you are calculating using AutoSum. Select the particulars which are necessarily needed. In a hurry-burry, don't select average and maximum. Just you need to click and drag and press enter. So minimum demand of product A is 3. Yeah, starting from 1st Jan to 20th Jan. Now similarly extend it. Completed. So this is some basic techniques which we use to calculate simple things like this. We can do something innovative things in this Excel. It's very beautiful. Please try to practice if you have a PC or laptop. That's my suggestion. And even you can highlight that things, okay, like which is low, which is high. So to do that, you select the values of product A and product B, C. Go for conditional formatting. I hope you can view this. This is conditional formatting in Home tab itself. Click on it. Okay, highlight cells rules are there. In that, go to less than. Click on it. So it's asking like to mark the values which are less than. Like how in schools they'll do, right, distinction, first class, second class. In the same way, you can do this one. Yeah, like which was the least demand, which was the highest demand, you can highlight it. So I want to highlight the cells which are less than 10. Okay, with some red color, because it's least, right? Least demand. We are not getting any profit. So I'm going to highlight it with red color and click OK. So values which are less than 10 will get highlighted with red color. Similarly, we'll do it for demand which are above 90. Go back to conditional formatting, highlight cells rules greater than value, then enter the value which you need to highlight. Okay, I want the values to be highlighted above 90 in green color, because it is fetching me some profit. That's the reason why I am giving them green color. Click OK. Completed. So this is some data interpretation using Excel. Now, as fast as possible, I'll demonstrate you how to plot a graph, because it's taking too much of time. I know, I think you are getting bored with this.
No.
From long time, you are just listening to me. I can understand. Yeah. To plot a graph, select the data. Right? Then go to insert. Recommended chart. Excel itself recommends you some charts, because applications are intelligent than human. What to do? So we should go with them. Click on it. Select the which one is which you like. Okay. I go for this one. Line graph. Then click OK. Finished. Okay, I got the graph. So you can change the layout of the graph from this quick layout option. Like, see, if you want the detailed elements or particulars to be shown to your higher authorities, you can use this. Or if you want to hide the things, you can just go for this. Just some lines scribbled by some nursery student. Yeah. Graph should contain some written information so that you can go with, yeah, this is the best thing. Click OK. You got the graph. You can give a title, like what to give. Date versus demand. You may ask me, it is showing as series 1, series 2, series 3. Why is this? Because I selected only the numerical values. If I had selected with the headings like date, product A and product B, it would have shown like product A, product B and product C. So this is a short basic introduction to Excel. You can do a lot more things, but due to time constraint, I'm not able to demonstrate those things. I hope you enjoyed this session, and yeah, this one is just an example. You can have a look at it, like how the college authority will use this Excel to analyze the record of each and every student. The same way what I did now. Yeah, this graph is plotted percentage versus students. Yeah, any doubts, any clarifications, please ask me. I will demonstrate to the best of my knowledge. And if you are aware about some other tools and techniques like VBA, macros in Excel, you can share and conduct a session so that we'll be pleased to hear some quite informative knowledge from you people. Thank you.
Thank you. It was a very informative session today. I really learned a lot. I never
Yeah.
knew this could happen in Excel.
Because in schools, what they'll do is if programming, they'll give the program and just tell it, type this and get the output. That's the beauty
Yes,
of our.
that's what had happened with our childhood also.
Yeah. I know. Yeah, even this Excel also, they will make 2 to 3 groups in the computer lab and they'll ask us, do this one, do that thing, finished. We'll we'll not get a chance to work hands on the system. So this will be helpful if you know anything about any other applications like Word or PowerPoint or Outlook. You can demonstrate, because it is a very important asset as of now. Yeah.
Yeah, pertaining to technology, I'm at the primary section, I can
Yeah.
say, because I don't know to handle even basic smartphone.
No. You can do it.
I have the most minimal apps in my phone, actually, to be very true.
Yeah, I think okay, let's not waste the time. See, if you have any PC, if you have PC or laptop, you can just practice it, because if you take up chemistry,
Definitely.
the
I'm gonna try this.
analytical chemistry, you need to plot a graph in a titration, right? At
Yeah,
what
yeah.
that solution will turn into pale yellow or purple or whatever the color
Yes,
may be. So we did
absolutely.
it in first semester in our B. So using this application, we can even plot that graph also. At what particular point that some value is there, right? I have forgotten.
Yeah, that's okay. I've
Okay.
made a note of everything, like point wise, everything, what to press, what to go,
Okay. Okay.
including control set for undo, written
Yeah,
everything
we
in
have
it.
a lot of shortcuts. Like if you press control page up, you can shift between sheets. Is it visible?
Okay. Yeah, I can see.
Yeah, you can shift between. And if you want to open another
Control
new,
is control
control page up or page down in keyboard.
page up or page down. Okay.
Yeah, then you can use control N to open another worksheet. Yeah, new worksheet. Okay, control N. See,
And
now it's
capital N
no,
or
it's not
another.
necessary it to be like a capital or in small case, whichever is
Okay.
possible.
Randomly we can just do
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Okay.
So this is how it is done.
Please, I'll be looking forward for such things in the next coming sessions also, because this is really helpful for people like me who doesn't know anything about technology.
Yeah. If you have any this type of information, please share with us. Conduct some
Sure,
session.
sure,
Yeah.
I will do.
Questions, any clarifications, please, one by one.
Yeah, Jagdish, it was very nice. It was very
Uh,
informative.
yeah. Thank you. And another suggestion from my side. Um, there are some MOOCs like massive open online courses related to Excel and other computer applications like NPTEL, National Portal. We have NPTEL, Swayam, and Udemy, Coursera. You can register there and get a certification from those registered on MOOC facilities, so that you'll get some knowledge. Though those all are online classes, you can utilize them. Yeah, that's it. Can we end?
Yes, thank you.
Thank you so much. Thanks for attending. We'll be looking forward to have more and more sessions. And please not do this session or think about this brainstorming session only in your leisure time. Because don't crack your head too much, because you need to balance both academic and personal life, and in between that this brainstorming session. So take it easy. We'll meet in the next session. Bye, good night, see you.